There was a time in South Africa when you could buy a coffee, make a phone call or catch a Saturday movie, all for a Ticky. Hello and welcome to Lost History Files, and the first episode in our new companion series, Lost Word Files. In it, we'll explore South African words and phrases, now mostly obsolete, that once tripped off the tongue from Cape Town to Durban. A Ticky, 3 pence. Tiny, silver and unforgettable. It was one of the smallest coins in circulation during the 19th and 20th centuries, about the size of your thumbnail. But its impact on South African culture? Much bigger than its size. Originally, Ticky was a nickname for the British threepence, a silver coin used throughout the British Empire. The origin of the word is uncertain, though there are several theories. One suggests it comes from the Malay word tiga, meaning 3. Its earliest known use in print is from the Female Missionary Intelligencer, April 1864. Some of my class came to me with pence, tickies and sixpences. But in South Africa, the ticky took on a life of its own. Because of its small value, it became slang for anything cheap or insignificant. People would say something like, "It wasn't worth a ticky," meaning it had almost no value. The word became part of everyday speech in both English and Afrikaans communities. People would say, "A tikkie for the phone." In Afrikaans, "een tikkie via de foon," in the days when public telephones required a tikkie coin to make a call. These phones became known as ticky boxes, a term also used for piggy banks, since kids often filled them with tickies. Or you might hear, "He's not worth a ticky." In Afrikaans, "Hy is nie uw tikkie werd nie," a common insult implying someone had no value at all. The word also came to express smallness in size. He could turn his car on a ticky, or "He's only 2 bricks and a ticky high." The ticky wasn't just a coin, it was part of the culture. Children went to ticky shows, cheap Saturday morning movie screenings that cost just a ticky, an affordable weekend treat. In Cape Town, the famous Ticky trolley ferried tourists and locals up and down Adderley Street. This electric tram got its name because a ride cost, of course, a ticky. There was even a beloved circus performer called Ticky the Clown, a midget whose real name was Eric Hoyland. A fixture of South African circuses in the 1940s, 50s and 60s, Ticky the Clown performed with Boswell's Circus, delighting children across the country. When his daughter Fifi joined him in the ring, they became a popular father-daughter duo. Even traditional dances paid tribute to the coin. Ticky Dry was a Cape-style square dance involving a quick spin on the spot, like a coin spinning on its edge. But in 1961, decimalisation marked the beginning of the end for the ticky. South Africa dropped pounds, shillings and pence in favour of the rand and cents, 100 cents to the rand. Yet such was the affection for the ticky that the Rand Daily Mail reported in May 1963, thousands of South Africans are opposed to the government plan to abolish the traditional ticky. The coin was last minted in 1964 and slowly phased out, but for a while the new 2.5 cent coin, equivalent in value to the old threepence, was also called a ticky, and the word never truly died. Even today you might hear older South Africans refer to something small or cheap as a ticky. It lives on in jokes, in memories, and in stories passed down through generations. If you're lucky, you might still find an old ticky coin tucked away in a drawer, a tiny silver piece of South African history. Words like ticky are more than just slang. They're fragments of a shared past, pieces of lost South African history. So, next time you hear someone say something like, "Isn't worth a ticky," you'll know exactly where that comes from. South Africa's equivalent of the dime, a tiny coin with a huge cultural footprint. Do share your thoughts in the comments below, even if you think they're not worth a ticky. And do subscribe for more lost history and for more words we've lost and the stories they still tell.